So the first question, and we'll go in the same order. Do you think introducing welfare officers to societies has been a successful idea, and will you continue this next year?
I don't think it was a successful idea because I didn't know it existed. So I guess if I did, it would be a successful idea because as a student, I should have known about that, so this probably didn't work out. But if I'm elected, I'll look into this question and I'll make sure that it will work better. Or if it's just my fault that I didn't know about that, well, I'll still make it work better because there is no limit for improvement, right? Thank you very much.
Well, I think it's an excellent idea. So BME Network actually has a little committee, welfare doesn't. So I feel like by reaching out to societies, it's an opportunity for me then to find out how individuals, in particularly international students, are actually faring with mental health and if they're finding out any issues. So I guess that will be my mini committee. So yeah, I will definitely carry on.
So same again, introducing welfare officers to societies has been a successful idea.
I like one of my co-candidates, unaware of this new introduction. But I do believe that it probably should be a good idea. And because of the failing support offered to students at UCL, we should be putting in more infrastructure to look after the mental health of students here. Thank you.
I think it's a good idea, but I would say it's like the portion of international students, like more than 40%. I would argue like there should be separate welfare officer and again separate international student officer. Thank you.
So secondly, how do you plan to improve the standard of pastoral care?
I don't know this word what pastoral means. I'm an international student. The struggle is real.
Pastoral is like,
pastoral is like in-house.
It's like a support kind of network, support system.
Okay, I would say that, God, it's so difficult. You know, you learn a new word and then you start struggling. That's why I'm running, because geez, like when you don't speak the language, it's so much more difficult. Yeah, I would say that the way to improve it is actually coming back to that. You know, we need a multilingual support system. It cannot just be in English. I'm really sorry, but like actually my English is not that bad. I can still pass for a native speaker, but there are people who can barely speak and can barely answer any questions, and then you put them into a support situation. It's not support, it's stress.
Okay, so one idea I had that I took inspiration from the previous welfare officer was actually launching events. One really important thing about mental health is to remember is that you're not alone in your struggle. There are people there as well. So by going to spoken words event, heads up event, which Medj launched previously, it's so important because in identifying that other people actually have that issue, because I understand that, you know, there's only 6 counsellors at the moment and it's heavily underfunding, but it's about putting provisions in place right now to help for the time being, I guess.
Yep. So how do you plan to improve the standard of pastoral care?
I think this problem comes down to a lack of funding on behalf of UCL. Currently, UCL only has enough funding to pay for 6.5 counsellors, I believe. This needs to be massively increased. And second of all, they can be improved pastoral care on part of the tutoring system within departments. I think there's like room for improvement there as well.
I think that it comes from the fact that what is the issue? What is the real reason that students are facing? So I believe the engagement, I think you need to talk to students, at least, let's say that just going beyond the 9-to-5 job, at least 10 students a day, that's enough, I guess. Thank you.
Okay, so finally, what have you done and what will you continue to do to address the serious underfunding of our student mental health services after lobbying has failed?
I believe that one of the best ways to improve our mental health support would be to improve our tutoring system. So our tutors shouldn't be just an emergency contact for us. You should be able to see your tutors once or twice a term. You should be able to have dinners with them. They should be trained to see that you're struggling. If we have that, we will not need that much more mental health support, because it is important to identify the problem where it needs to be identified, and then it should be addressed.
So what have you done and what will you continue to do to address the serious underfunding of our mental health services after lobbying has failed?
I guess, quite frankly, the simple answer is continuing campaigning. It's about taking it, I guess, to a national level as well, for people to be aware. Why is it that other universities are prioritising welfare and why is UCL not? So it's about campaigning and making sure that you're showing the importance of mental health, because personally, in my opinion, without student welfare being number one priority, there genuinely is no education. People will probably fail. So yeah, it's about campaigning and taking it to engaging more people. Yeah.
I have been heavily involved with the UCL Fund on Mental Health Services from its beginning in around September of this last year. I helped mobilise the demo on December the 6th at the Postgraduate Open Fair. I helped write the open letter, and I'm also helped mobilising for the demo tomorrow, which I encourage everyone to come to. Day after tomorrow. And yeah, I will carry on doing that. I'll carry on putting pressure using direct action to make sure UCL management wakes up to the serious issue that exists on our campus today. Thank you.
I think campaign never fails. Unless you get the victory, that is where it should end. And I believe that the campaign which is running should collaborate with more universities and go to a greater scale. Thank you.